Hey yo, I've just heard the Pusha T diss and wanted to give my opinions on it. I think the diss is mediocre. It's better than the Meek shit, that's for sure. Like this is a better response to Drake than what Meek came with. What Meek came with was some trash. This is like a little bit better than Weak to a certain degree. But my overall opinion on it is I think it's a little too TMZ ish for me. Like it doesn't really go in. Like when you want to diss somebody, I think you gotta really you gotta go in, man. It can't just be some light bars and um, like kind of over like a soft beat or whatever. Like you gotta go, like really get at this nigga, man. So, and I think that's the problem I have with the diss. It starts out pretty strong, actually. He's like Drake. I think ghostwriting aside, and Baby taking some of the money, out of your pockets. Your music has been angry lately, and it's like, oh, okay, all right, like go in. And then he kind of switches it to this whole thing about you know his father being a deadbeat, and so now Drake is a deadbeat. Like it's a little weak, you know. Like, listen, being a deadbeat in hip hop doesn't make you like less of a rapper. I mean, let's be real here. Like Nas and Khalees are arguing right now about over child support and stuff like that. And I'm a massive Nas fan, and I'll always like Nas as a rapper. But there's a possibility that the dude might be a deadbeat dad. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna speak on his situation, but there is a chance that he might not really be there like he says he is. You know, that doesn't make him less of a great rapper. You still want to be Nas. If Nas knocked up a stripper in Cancun, like who gives a shit? I mean, like hip hop doesn't really, it's not really a thing. Like, when you want to, break someone down, you have to expose them as being a fraud. And I mean like fraud in how they think and how they move, not necessarily on who they sleep with and stuff like that. I mean, Jay did it really well because Jay exposed Nas for being a fraud mentally in terms of how he portrays himself. But in reality, he's just another hood dude who makes bad decisions, like with the women he chooses and stuff like that. Like, that's different. You're getting into the mind and personality of how someone thinks. And that's how you do a diss record. And I find there's not enough of that. Like, it's just, oh, you knocked up a stripper, and like, yeah, your son is across the water. Eh, you know, it'll be forgotten. Yeah, that's just my opinion.